Hey everyone, it's Carolyn. I'm an empath and psychic, and for today's video, I have another pick-a-pile reading for you. So I have 3 different seashells for you to pick from. Today we're going to be getting messages that the universe wants you to hear. And so we have the first seashell, we have the second one, and we have the third one. So take a moment and pause the video as you meditate. You can always watch multiple piles if that's what you're drawn to. Really listen to your intuition. Today's reading is going to be a charm reading. And I want to say that if you're new to the channel, welcome. I post multiple videos every week, including more pick-a-pile readings like this. I also post collective readings and zodiac readings along with educational videos to help you all in your spiritual journeys. So if you're not already subscribed, please do so. I would love to have you a part of this family, and also turn on that bell notification so you see when I post my next video. If you want to get your own private reading, I do sell them. You can check out my Etsy shop, or you can message me on Facebook or Instagram. Everything's going to be linked in the description box down below. And so with all that being said, the timestamps for your piles are going to be in the description box down below, and I'm going to go ahead and start the readings. So those of you who chose the first seashell, I want to start off your reading by saying the circle of protection actually fell outside of the tray. And so this is telling me that you're being protected, but you're not using it. It definitely tells me that there's something that's going a little bit astray when it comes to your boundaries or the way that you are looking after yourself. So I'm going to put this to the side, and then I'm going to bring it back in conversation once I looked at your charms a little bit more. So the first thing I'm going to point out is the Libra charm is all the way in the corner here. So that's the subconscious energy. And so that's saying that there's something that's not balanced, or you were trying to bring balance into your subconscious energy. I want to point out that when it comes to the chakras, we have all the chakras besides the root chakra. And I think that's confirmation from spirit that you are grounded, that you are balanced in that aspect of your life. I really feel like your throat chakra right now is the chakra you need to focus on. Because we have it in the cup here, and then we also have it buried here with the hula girl on top. So I think when it comes to your throat chakra, you're overthinking things, or you're overanalyzing it, or you're beating yourself up for the things you're saying, and you don't need to. Spirit is telling you that the way you speak is actually going to allow you to get more opportunities to enter your life, and these opportunities are actually going to bring fulfillment into your life. Because something I want to point out is you have the heart chakra, but it's on top of the hula girl here, and it's almost like it's covering her lower chakras. So when I was talking about your root chakra, how it's balanced, it feels like your heart chakra is actually bringing fulfillment that is going to ground you in some way. And the way that you get that is by allowing yourself to be authentic, and that means not questioning the things that you're saying, not allowing you to place this filter on yourself because you feel you need to. Because there's a difference when you're placing a filter on yourself that's inauthentic versus watching what you're saying to make sure you don't hurt someone's feelings. This isn't saying to go and be mean to people and say cruel things, but this is saying if you feel like you're too loud, or you're too much, or you're like laughing too much, or enjoying yourself too much, or making too many jokes, don't allow society to make you hide that part of yourself away. And don't feel like you can't speak up or defend yourself or protect yourself because it's going to make others uncomfortable. Spirit is telling you that you know when you're putting a filter on yourself because it's necessary versus when you're doing it and you're stifling yourself and you're being inauthentic. And that's what Spirit wants you to pay attention to. And something I want to point out, we have the castle here, and then we have the shoe. And for some reason I'm getting the story of Cinderella. And what I think is really fitting is that this seashell here is blue, and that color is very much associated with Cinderella, that's associated with the throat chakra. So maybe there's parts of you that you see in this story that you can resonate with. So with Cinderella, the story about her is how she just does what everyone wants her to, and she's kind and she's caring about others who are cruel to her even when she shouldn't be so, and she's still authentic to herself, but she allows others to overshadow her, and there's a lack of protection there. And so like how I said, you have the circle of protection here that was off to the side. You were being protected, but sometimes it's okay to be nice, it's okay to be the bigger person, but you gotta have some self-preservation with it. I feel like what Spirit's saying, it's like you can be authentic, and that's a great start. Continue to be authentic. Let go of any societal pressures where you are not being true to yourself. Let that go. Become authentic and not hide parts of yourself away. But also, while you become authentic, you also have to be defending yourself and protecting yourself and setting boundaries. Don't be afraid to stick up for yourself, and don't be afraid to get under some people's skin if it's necessary. If it's going to be something that benefits you and it's not hurting them in a sense where you are going out and hurting them. If someone is benefiting from your lack of boundaries, that's not your fault if you make them uncomfortable by setting those boundaries. And what I'm just noticing now is that you actually do have the root chakra. And again, you have a love symbol here, and love is associated with the heart chakra. So both instances where you have your root chakra, you have the heart chakra bringing a loving, fulfilled energy into it. So I really feel like you are being told to protect yourself, and by protecting yourself, you're going to be setting things in motion to actually be happy with your life. Because with the story of Cinderella, she's authentic to herself, she's kind, but she's not happy in the sense where she is getting what she deserves. And by the end of the story, she finds her happiness because she's allowed to break free and not be living under someone else's standards. And so what I'm being told for you, it's that you can be happy with your life, but you can be happier if you set boundaries. And that's what Spirit's telling you. It's not that right now things are going so bad where you have to hate every second of your life, but it's saying things can get better. You can make improvements. And something I want to point out is here in the subconscious energy, we have the binder clip representing the sacral chakra. And the sacral chakra is about our willpower and our determination and kind of the way that we go about getting the things we want. And around it, we have an angel, we have a bird flying free, and then we have a bird that was in a cage that's now flying free. So you have all these symbols of things that are protecting you, that are flying, that are able to get away to better things. And the sacral chakra right now is upside down. And I think that's saying that you kind of got to flip things on their head. You got to turn your situation around. And the only way you're going to do it is by yourself. Like, no one else is going to come and change your situation for you. No one else is going to do things for you. And I know that in the story of Cinderella, she wishes for things and things come to her. But the thing is, you can wish for things all you want, but unless you are the one who decides to go to that ball, nothing is going to change. And what I'm being told for you, you have your karmic link here that's a little bit kinked up. It's telling me that you are facing some obstacles, you are going to face some challenges, but all your other charms here indicate that there can be success, and you really need to believe in yourself because you have the shield here. That again is about protection. You have challenges, you are the only one who's going to get yourself out of them. You're the only one who's going to be able to protect yourself and defend yourself and do what you need to do to make the change. Because right now you have the supporting energy, you have the universe working with you where it believes in you, because this dog tag, when you flip it over, it says believe, and it has the octopus on top of it. And the thing about octopus is they are very smart creatures, and they can be very sneaky, and they also have 8 arms, so they can hold on to a lot of different things. And so you can have multiple things be true at one time and not necessarily have them negate one another, but also not justify one another. Because I think that there's a lot of things in your life that you are allowing people to push you around, and you are dulling your own light because there's a justification for it, because you're making some sort of excuse. And what I feel like Spirit's telling you is, while there's a reason, there's an explanation for things, it doesn't make it okay, and it doesn't mean that you have to accept it. And I really feel like that's where you're being told with your boundaries, you can set them. There's nothing wrong with setting boundaries. I really feel like Spirit wants you to take control of your life, where you are actually analyzing it and you're focusing on what people are using you. How are you benefiting others and not getting anything mutual out of this relationship? And what excuses are you making for others that in turn are becoming excuses for your own life? Because the thing is, if you're making an excuse for someone, that excuse is stemming from a place that they fill in your life. Whether this is a relationship or your parent or a family member, a friend, your boss, a coworker, all of them somehow are affecting your life, and you're making some excuse to justify their behavior, which is then justifying your complacency with it. And what I feel like Spirit wants you to know is you can't have change without making the change to yourself. You can't wish for something to be different and then continue on with everything staying the same and think it's magically going to resolve itself. If you are going to overcome these issues and these obstacles, you have to be the octopus in the situation where you are smart and you are calculating and you are actually thinking ahead. And so what I'm being told for you is that you have to question these relationships you have in your life and decide how you are no longer going to allow that justification to control your life, where that thing can be true for them. It can be an actual reason where it is leading to them not being able to be the person you need them to be, or not holding up their end of promises, or whatever it is. But ultimately, you are the one who's approving that behavior and accepting it, when the reality of things is you can understand something, but also be like, I understand this is difficult for you, but this is what I need in order to be able to move in a forward direction with my life where I'm not remaining stagnant. Because you don't want to put your life on hold waiting for someone to catch up to you. You need to continue moving forward, chasing your dreams, getting your goals, and finding fulfillment for yourself. And that person can catch up to you when they're ready. But it's not your job to hold yourself back to make someone else feel better. And I feel like there's some excuse going on in your life where you're like, I know I'm doing this, or I know I'm sacrificing this, but it's for this reason. But I feel like this has been something that's ongoing, where it's not a temporary thing. This is how this person is, and they're not going to change because currently in their life they have no reason to change. And so if you want to get certain things out of your life, you got to create change and break that cycle. And I really feel like that's what Spirit's telling you, is that the things you want, you're capable of achieving them, but you got to become more authentic. You got to protect yourself, set those boundaries, get rid of the dead weight that's just using you, and actually using that energy for yourself, because you're putting all your different energies into other people, you're fulfilling them, and you're putting yourself on hold. And you need to switch that. You need to go back and put your energy into yourself, and they can find fulfillment for themselves. They get to be in control of them, because you don't owe them anything, because we all should want to help other people, but we can only give when we have energy to give. And right now they're draining you and you're not doing anything with your life. And so I really feel like the message Spirit's telling you is that in order for you to get what you want, you need to focus on yourself. You need to put this energy and love and respect into yourself. And I feel like you need to start respecting yourself more, because I think there's a lack of respect, and that's why you're treating them so kindly when they really don't deserve it, because you care about them, but they're using your love as manipulation. And I think Spirit's really making you want to be aware of this, so that you wake up to it and you can create change, so that you can be like Cinderella and get the happiness that you deserve. I really feel like it's time for you to end this cycle and kind of look at it for what it is, and not be afraid to accept the truth, because sometimes the truth can be hard to hear, it can be hard to accept, but the thing is, it's an answer, and it's better to have an answer that you don't like, where you now have a footing that you can work with and you can create progress from it, versus denying it, not having any answers and not having anywhere to go, because at least some direction is better than no direction. And currently there's a lack of direction because you haven't wanted to face this, you haven't wanted to admit it. But I feel like Spirit's telling you it's time, and your intuition has kind of known this for a while, it just hasn't wanted to fully accept it. And I feel like that's why we had the Libra sign here, because you could be dealing with a Libra, but also this is talking about bringing balance into your life on a subconscious level, where it's bringing the truth into reality. So I know that this message was a little bit blunt, but I really hope that you just reflect on it and really just remember it, so that you can allow yourself to become happy and actually see the truth of this situation. So I'm sending you all so much love and light as you're going through this. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and share with others who need to hear it. If you're not subscribed, please do so. I would love to have you a part of this family, and I can't wait to see you all in my next video. Have a good one. Bye. So those of you who chose pile number 2, you don't have that many charms, but I feel like that's fitting because you chose the smallest seashell. I really feel like your message is saying you need to trust yourself more. You need to believe in yourself more. And the reason I say that is because we have the root chakra here. And the root chakra is our anchor. It's our grounding. It's our center. And I feel like for you, there's a lack of grounding, there's a lack of trust within yourself, where you're not anchored. It feels like there's parts of you where you just aren't fully committed, or you're not fully understanding of where your direction is, or what you're doing, or your purpose. It feels like there's a little bit of lost energy with you, where it's not that you're lost about everything in life, but more so you question it, you doubt it. And I feel like you question yourself a lot as a result of it, where it's not just one thing in your life that you're questioning. It's like you really question the things you do. And I feel like you might also be struggling from imposter syndrome, where you don't believe that you fully deserve the things that you have, or that you're worthy of the things that you want. And I feel like what Spirit's trying to tell you is to trust yourself, trust the process, and know that the things you get are things that you deserve, because you wouldn't get them otherwise. If you're putting in work and effort and time and energy into things, that is the worth that you need for it. I feel like there's an unrealistic pressure that you put on yourselves, where you think that people have it more difficult than you, or there's other justifications where you shouldn't be getting something. But the thing is, you're not going in and cheating the system. You are actually putting in the same work that others are putting in. You're actually doing what you need to do. You just don't feel like it's good enough, or that it should be deemed good enough. But what I'm telling you is that you're not the one who has to judge yourself. If others are judging you and they see the truth of what you have done, and they think you're worthy of the success or the things that you were getting, that's okay. Accept it. You don't have to feel like an imposter. And I feel like that's really something you got to work on and acknowledge within yourself, is that you are worthy worthy of these things. You are deserving of it. And what I'm being told for you, because you have the protection crystals here, this is telling me that you are being divinely protected. The things you're getting is because you are deserving of them, because your guides are saying that you are deserving of it, and they're helping guide you on the path that is meant for you. And so even though you might feel new to things or like you shouldn't be getting them, there's a reason why you are getting them. And it's not going to make sense right now, but give it some time, and everything you do, everything that has happened to you is going to make a level of sense and clarity once it all links together, once it all ties together, because I definitely feel like your spirit guides have a plan for you. And something I'm being told for you is we have the crown here, and what I'm hearing is the phrase, you dropped your crown. And so I feel like that's what's happened for you, is you have such a good energy and you have a very strong energy, but you've had to dull it down for some reason. And this could have been that you were surrounded by people who were a little bit toxic, who wanted to cut you down, but this could also just be that you were in an environment where you weren't able to grow, you weren't able to flourish. And what Spirit is telling you is that you're getting all these things in your life now because it's trying to help you flourish. It's trying to help you remember who you are and how worthy you are of things. And what I'm being told for you is that's why you have the flower here, because it's your time to grow, it's your time to evolve. You're going to be getting these different things in your life and these different opportunities as a way to learn, as a way to grow. And so let's say you get something and you don't feel you're deserving of it, well then put your time and energy into researching how you can be deserving of it, what you can do to be the best at this, how you can make this your own and actually be authentic, where you're no longer feeling like an imposter. I really feel like what Spirit's telling you is that if you feel like you're lacking in some area of your life, you have the tools at your disposal to change that, to fix it, because you have the skull here and you have the flamingo. And the flamingo really symbolizes balance and the skull represents change. And so what I'm being told for you, it's you can change and bring balance into your life, where if you feel there's something you need to learn more of, then put time to research it, take time to study it. And you don't have to study things just by books. You can learn about it by talking with other people, you can learn about it by watching videos, you can listen to music. There's so many different ways that you can learn and gain knowledge, that you have all these different tools at your disposal. And what I'm being told for you is you have the hula girl here, and she's on her back and she's in more of this subconscious energy. And the thing about her is that she's going with the flow of life, and that's what Spirit wants you to do, is just go with the flow of things. Trust that everything that's entering your life is divinely planned, and eventually it's all going to click together. But you need to trust the process, and you need to trust yourself, and know that whatever you do, whatever choices you make, there's a reason behind it. It's either going to be a learning lesson from you where you're going to be able to grow or evolve, or it's a part of your purpose that you're meant to succeed at. But either way, you don't have to feel like you're unworthy of it, because if you really weren't worthy of it, it wouldn't be happening to you. And I feel like that's what Spirit wants you to know, is that you wouldn't get things if you're not deserving of them. There's always a reason behind things. And I feel like that's why you don't have that many charms here, because Spirit didn't want this message to get lost in the clutter. Spirit wants to be direct with you and tell you that you are capable of gaining more confidence and feeling more worthy. And no one else is going to be able to fix this for you. No one else can make you feel worthy or deserving of things. Like, someone can't just wish this for you or tell you this enough times for you to believe it. You have to find this within yourself. And so what Spirit's telling you is that you are capable of becoming worthy. Sit down and figure out what part of yourself you feel isn't worthy of it, like why you don't feel deserving of this thing in your life, and break down ways that you can work to make yourself feel worthy of this. So let's say maybe you're in a relationship and you feel like this person's too good for you. Well, sit with yourself, reflect, and figure out why you feel like this person's too good for you. Are there parts of your own personality that you don't like, that you think is not the healthiest of a relationship? And can you work on correcting that so you no longer have these behaviors, and now you both have a mutual respect, and now you both have a mutual relationship that you have worked on? If it's something with your career, if you feel like maybe you got a position that you weren't really qualified for or you weren't ready for, put more research into how you can adapt and how you can grow where you are actually going to be worthy of this position. And so really look at your life, analyze it, and see how you can correct it to find this confidence within yourself where you start to feel worthy. I really feel like that's going to help you find more self-love for yourself and actually be happy with the things that are going on around you, so that you can trust yourself and you can trust the process. So I really hope that you take this message to heart and you pay attention to it. I'm sending you all so much love and light as you go through this. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and share with others who need to hear it. If you're not subscribed, please do so. I would love to have you a part of this family, and I can't wait to see you all in my next video. Have a good one. Bye. So I feel like the first thing Spirit wants you to know is if we look at your karmic link here, we have it kind of almost perfect, but it has a little bit of a dent here, and it's above the heart charm. And so what I'm being told for you is that you are healing your heart. I definitely feel like you are on the path to healing any inner wounds that you have, or if anyone's hurt you, you're on track to heal it, because that's coming towards the conscious shore. And I think that's because you have an angel here, and you also have your root chakra. And the thing is, with the root chakra, that's about grounding and centering yourself. And because that's on the shore, I think you're actually doing a pretty good job of anchoring yourself, and spirit is confirming that. And I also feel like you are sticking with what you believe, and you are focusing on yourself and the truth that you have, so that you can become authentic. And I think you actually are moving towards being as authentic as you possibly can be. And as a result of that, we have the ambitious charm here, and that is for Capricorn. And so the thing about Capricorns is that they are very headstrong, and they go for what they want. And I feel like that's why you are healing yourself, because you're realizing that no one else is going to be able to heal you. No one else can fix anything for you. No one else can make you better. You have to focus on healing yourself and taking care of yourself and treating yourself as best as you can. And I think you are letting go of a lot of fears, because I think you had a lot of fears that were linked with love, and you're realizing that if you continue to give in to fears, you're not going to be able to actually move past things. In order for you to overcome your fears, you have to face them. And that's what the Capricorn does. The Capricorn is ruled by the mountain goat. And so when there's a mountain, that goat climbs it, and it doesn't let the mountain get in its way of achieving what it wants. And something else I want to point out is we also have the Taurus charm, and then we also have the, I believe this is the Virgo charm. Yes. So if you are earth signs, I really feel like this is confirming this is the pile for you, because we have all three earth signs here. You also could be dealing with earth signs in your life, but earth signs, again, they have a very grounded energy. So again, like that root chakra, it makes sense that you are really stepping into your own, and you are stepping into your power and being true to who you are, acknowledging your faults and acknowledging what needs to be healed, but not letting that discourage you. And I feel like as a result of that, you are on track to actually try and bring more of your dreams into reality. Because if we look at your charms, we have one cup, we have another one, and then we have a third one. So you have 3 cups here. And much like the 3 of Cups in tarot, this is a time of celebration. And what I'm being told for you, it's also on the link here. And so we have 2 karmic links appearing. And one is surrounded by a time of celebration. And next to it, we have the 2 cups, which represents the 2 of Cups in tarot. And we have the crystal, which is an amplifier. And we have the sacral chakra. So this is really confirming that if you feel like you're not going to meet your person, or that things aren't going to work out when it comes to your love life, or if you're having issues with your person, that, you know, this is going to be the end, spirit is telling you that there is going to be another option. There's going to be a solution. You're going to be okay. I really feel like this is saying you're not going to end up alone. I feel like that's a fear a lot of you have, and spirit's like, that's not going to be an issue. If anything, what I'm really sensing from spirit, we have number 8, which is manifestation. We have another angel charm. Then if we look at your dream catcher, we have all the different tassels covering it, going in every different direction. And then we have the heart chakra, we have the sacral chakra, and your throat chakra all together close to that dream catcher. And so what I'm being told for you is manifestation right now is working for you. It might not be working in a direct way where you're getting everything you want, where you can understand that manifestation is working. But the thing about manifestations is we plant the seeds for them with everything that we do, and with all their thoughts, subconscious or conscious thoughts. And so just because you think you want something doesn't mean that's what you actually want, and that's what your soul is manifesting. And so I feel like your soul is manifesting your person and someone to be a partner and have a mutual respect for. But it doesn't always manifest in the way that we think it will, and it's not always the easiest path. But as far as the fears of what's going to be end game, you're going to be okay. And that's what spirit wants you to know, is that the journey might be different for all of you, but that fear where you think that you need another to complete you, and if you don't have that person, then you're incomplete, that's not true. You get to complete yourself, and then when you do meet your person, or you do work things out with them, you're going to complement one another, where you're not relying on each other to fill any voids in your life. You're just focusing on building something even greater together. And that's where you're centering yourself, where you're focusing and realizing you're your own anchor. No one else is supporting you and doing all these things for you. You're doing it. And what I want to point out about the dream catcher again is, like that 8 with the manifestation, this is telling me you have so many different dreams, you have so many different things that you can manifest, that you don't have to worry about which one is going to come true. true and which one isn't. Just start enjoying your life and you're gonna see the abundance come into it. I really feel like Spirit is confirming that you are gonna get so many good things, and it's gonna be in so many different areas of your life, because as I was saying with the manifestations, you planted the seeds. You have this flower here. It's in bloom. It's saying your manifestations are coming into fruition and you don't have to be afraid of any of this fear. And what I also want to point out is we have the butterflies. We have 2 of them. And so that is really telling me that you are changing, you are transforming your life, and you're doing it by facing your fears, acknowledging what your fear is, because we all have fears. And so it's better to accept what the fear is and find a solution around it, or tell ourselves, I understand that this is a fear of mine, but I know I'm capable of overcoming it, versus ignoring your fears, because when you ignore them, you become weakened by them. If you face your fear, now you know it's a fear, and now you know how you can get around it. Now you know how you can protect yourself from it and shield yourself. But if you act like it's not there in the first place, it's going to be able to attack you. It's going to be able to hurt you. And even if it's not consciously, subconsciously, it will continue to eat away at you. So really, it's good that you are finding confidence in yourself and confidence in your life, where you know what you're getting. And again, I want to keep repeating, you are fulfilling yourself, because you have this teapot here with the teacup. So it's saying like you have everything you need. I really feel like this is confirmation from Spirit to just continue to center yourself, find yourself, and be your own place of happiness. And you're going to achieve so much. Instead of running to others to try and find happiness and success for you, sit with yourself. And even if it's going to be a long road to get there, it's still going to be your road, and it's going to make you feel happiest, because it's going to be actually fulfilling you, because it's what you're meant to do. You're not going to be fulfilled by running after people or situations based on what others want for you. You have to sit and be true to who you are, and I think you actually are stepping into that, and I feel like you're actually communicating it now. And some of you, because we have the 3rd eye charm here, I think you are becoming more spiritual, where you are really finding peace with yourself and with your life. Even if you have made mistakes before, you're seeing how you can learn from them and prevent them from repeating, instead of letting them weigh you down and fill you with regret. And so I really feel like you're creating positive changes in your life to actually move forward and not be held back by anything, and allow yourself to heal so you can bring in more happiness, where you are not looking at things and wallowing and being like, that was the best, my life peaked and now it's never going to be the same, because there's always room to grow and there's always room to go up. And so even if you already feel like you peaked, you can go back up. And that's the thing about life, it's not always linear. So it doesn't mean that everything's always going to constantly be going up, but it also means that once you're down and you feel like it's not going to get picked up again, it can, and you're capable of making it do so. But you have to be the one who actually changes your life and does it. And I feel like you're ready for that, and I feel like you're actually taking the correct steps to do that. And so really, me and Spirit, we're super proud of you right now, because it feels like you're actually doing the right things that are meant for you. And I feel like there's going to be so many good things coming into your life. So I'm sending you all so much love and light as you're going through this. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and share with others who need to hear it. If you're not subscribed, please do so. I would love to have you a part of this family, and I can't wait to see you all in my next video. Have a good one. Bye.